All right. So I can't tell you anything. Let's do it.
What's your favorite color?
Orange, sometimes blue.
So what went through your mind when you read the script for the premiere the first time?
Well, first of all, I was like, went into it with a lot of ideas because it's Flashpoint, and I'm like well aware of that storyline, and also knowing like we probably aren't going to have Batman, we probably aren't going to have Superman, we probably aren't going to have Wonder Woman. So like, what are we going to do? It's really cool. Obviously, I knew it meant Barry's parents were going to be alive, which is a super fun, different thing. And yeah, it's completely changed the dynamics on the show. Barry never went to live with Joe, so that dynamic's completely still CSI. But it's a really cool script, and we do a lot of Flashpoint aspects that are like nods to the animated version in the comic book and whatnot, and I think people will love it. But it's our own thing for sure.
Were you aware of the stories before
the
going into
Flashpoint
it,
stories?
or did you read them after you?
Yeah, no. I hadn't seen I saw Flashpoint Paradox, the animated film, like shortly after I was cast last year, and loved it. And I started reading the comics like 3 years ago with New 52, and like read the Flashpoint stuff that happened and connected to those, and so I knew the story. But like I said, I knew that we obviously weren't going to be able to do like 80% of it. So it's still Flashpoint though. It feels like Flashpoint, but it's obviously we can only do so much.
With some of the powers that Flash has got, as far as breaking the Speed Force and running between different Earths and changing time, is there a sense of responsibility that the character kind of feels with having that?
I think that's going to be a big part of this season is him, because time travel is still a relatively new thing for the show and for Barry, and this was the biggest. It's always been little things, or it's been accidental, skip a moment. Essentially, is kind of what's happened before. So this was purposeful and has an impact on everyone in Barry's life. So I think moving forward from Flashpoint, Barry kind of has a different grasp on how much things are affected when he affects time the way he does in the season 2 finale. And he gets a little bit of some words of wisdom / advice from another speedster about like messing with time. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool scene, yeah.
So you mentioned one other speedster. Will he confide in anyone else? Like, hey, I changed time again.
As of now, actually, I think what we're doing with it is Barry's the only one that knows what's different and that things are different. And initially, he doesn't. Well, in Flashpoint, no one else knows that anything's happened. And then moving forward from that, like Flashpoint will have repercussions on everything throughout the rest of the season, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're in Flashpoint for the whole season.
How is Barry's relationship with the real Jake Garrick, who now looks like his father? Are you going to explore that more next season?
We're definitely exploring that this season. I don't exactly know what the dynamic is going to be yet. Obviously, it's going to be, at least out of the gates, it'll be weird for Barry because he's got his dad's face. So yeah, it'll be a cool relationship. At least I think it's like, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think John's doing like 9 episodes, so we'll explore it for sure. Yeah.
What's it like working with him?
It's weird, actually. I mean, I've loved working with him for the past 2.5 years, but we have, and I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that, but I guess I've already alluded to it. We've shot a scene together, and it was weird because as we were reading the sides, it's my first time hearing him saying it, and I stopped him halfway through, and I was like, "This is so cool." He's not Barry's dad anymore, and it feels really different. The dynamic feels really different. He's doing something really subtle and cool in the same way that Tom kind of did a different Harrison Wells in season 2. John's doing some really cool subtle work with Jay. It's going to be really cool.
Actually playing the character of the Flash, even Barry Allen, what have been the hardest traits of that character for you to bring out on screen?
I think just exploring Flash mostly, because Barry comes kind of really naturally a little bit to me, to be honest. They write him really well, and it's not that we're that similar, but a lot like it just comes easy to me for some reason, the Barry aspects of the character. But Flash, it's written pretty basic and heroic. A lot of the dialogue, it's just kind of like, you just have to stop, and like, you know, kind of general heroic things. And so it's kind of exploring that and how to finesse it on my own and make it kind of that fun, cocky Flash that I think everybody kind of wants to see, and it's what I want out of the character. So even when they don't really write it, this year especially, I'm really leaning into just kind of like, how can I make him have fun as the Flash? Because I mean, even for me, it's like if I'm really going through something in my real life and I'm kind of down in the dumps or whatever, at work, you wouldn't know because I love what I do, and I'm like, that's when I'm kind of boisterous and always happy and smiling and having a good time. And in the same sense, I want to explore this year. Like Barry is like just utterly depressed. I still like when he's in the suit want to see him have a really good time and kind of like escape all of that, which in the past we haven't really done. I want to lean into that some this year, even if they don't write it. So I'm going to kind of try to lean into that.
Cool.
Yeah.
The fans always want to know about what's Ellen. How do you think their dynamic is going to change now that Barry messes with them?
Well, in Flashpoint, at least, you know, Barry never went to live with them, so they didn't grow up together. They're somewhat on each other's radar, but Barry, moving forward, is going to have to kind of try to force that relationship. But he still knows that that conversation on the porch happened in season 2, and that kiss happened. So, you know, he's going to kind of try to force the relationship a little bit still, even though they don't know each other.
Thank you. Thank you so much.